Okay, hello. So you should have watched the short basic Google Calendar video that I provided you. That video focused more on the link between Google Classroom and Google Calendar. It showed you how to access a view like this. It pointed out to you that your Google Classroom assignments already appear automatically in Google Calendar. And it showed you that you are able to track due dates and to use that calendar to navigate those due dates. So this video that I'm making is going beyond those basic skills. This is a little more detail. Google Calendar is a wonderful tool. I personally use it every single day. I use it for my personal life as well as for my professional life. It's a great way to not forget your mom's birthday, which, by the way, my mom's birthday is Tuesday, the 8th. So you're listening to this on my mom's birthday. And Google Calendar reminded me this morning. So I sent her a bouquet. Okay, so things I'm going to show you in Google Calendar that go beyond just the Google Classroom assignments. You have multiple options for looking at your calendar. You might like the weekly view, looks like this. This gives you a sense for just what's immediately coming up. You might like the day view, like if you have one day that's just jam-packed, maybe you're going to look at just the day and see like, oh man, every hour I have something. Maybe you like the month view. This is the one I use pretty much exclusively. I like it because you can look ahead, you can look behind, and it just gives you little snippets. So this is very similar to how I would keep a calendar on paper. I just kind of chart out what's happening. If you wanted to see what the whole year looks like, you could. Looks like this. But this is something you'll probably not use a ton, just because it doesn't give you a ton of information. All right, so let's look at our monthly view. And I want to talk to you a little bit about how to put stuff on the calendar and how to have some control about what the stuff you put on the calendar looks like. So you may notice that I am not in a student account. I just made a totally fresh Google email. So this is not linked to any of our school resources, which means that I don't have any Google Classroom stuff in here. Your calendar does have that, so yours is already going to look kind of busy. Mine is fresh and clean. So let's say, for the purpose of this how-to video, that I am a junior at Santa Cruz High. I have founded the Sparkling Water Appreciation Club. So I'm in a club. And I play club soccer. So I play soccer, but not through school. It's my extracurricular, helps keep me sane. And I want to make sure I don't forget any of my responsibilities in any of those things that I've committed to. So I have soccer practice every Tuesday at 5, and I really don't want to miss it. So I'm going to click on one of the Tuesdays where it says title. I'm going to put a short descriptive title, just gives you a sense. This is what you're going to see when you glance at your month calendar. So make sure it makes sense and it's clear. Soccer practice, 5 p.m. So I'm going to make sure to add that in there. Let's say it goes 5 to 7. Cool. And then because it happens every week, and I want to make sure it's on my calendar every week, where it says does not repeat, I'm going to make it repeat weekly on Tuesday. If this was something that you wanted on every single day of your calendar, like let's say that you give yourself a reminder to drink 8 glasses of water, you could say daily, and then it would appear on every single day. Maybe it's a yearly event, like your mom's birthday, and you're gonna say annually, and then next year this will already be on your calendar. For soccer practice, I'm just gonna say weekly because it happens once a week. If you wanted someone else to also have this event on their calendar, you could type in their email right here where it says add guests. Because you are in a school email account, if you start typing your friend's name, you should see their email pop up, and then you can add them that way. And I want to make sure you see this reminder feature. I have been saved from many an embarrassing moment through using these Google Calendar reminders. You can set it so that you get a notification that pops up on your computer, or if you have Google Calendar on your phone, and you can set it for pretty much any time frame, any amount of time before the event. So let's say I would like to have a heads up like, hey, soccer, don't forget 1 hour before practice. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to make sure to save it. Also, just sorry, really quick, you can use a color to color code your calendar too. And I love that literally every single color is some fancy word for blue or green. Like, it's not black, it's graphite. It's not blue, it's blueberry. But you can color code your calendar as a way to just kind of make visual sense to you. And then save. And then you'll see, because I said weekly on Tuesday, now this event is on every single Tuesday for the foreseeable future. Boom. February, soccer practice. March, soccer practice. So that is one way to keep track. Something else that I want to make sure we know is that it's possible to create a new calendar with, like, I like to think of it as layers. So if you look over here under My Calendars, you have all these different layers that appear on your big calendar here. So right now, I have layers. I have the holidays and United States calendar, and that's kind of layered onto my larger calendar, which is why I can see Labor Day was yesterday. If you wanted to temporarily take that off, like you decide, hey, I don't actually need to see the holidays on my calendar, all you do is unclick it. You don't lose access. If you later were like, wait, what day was Labor Day? You could go back and add it back on just by clicking it again. So it just hides it. It pulls that layer off, but it doesn't delete it. You could always get back to it. This is very helpful, especially if someone else shares their calendar with you. Like, for example, when I taught ASB, my first year of teaching here, Rishi, our assistant principal, shared his calendar with me so I could see what his day was like. And he had so many events on every single day. It was like looking at my calendar became only looking at his calendar. So I made sure that I had that unclicked just so that I could see my stuff first. And then if I was like, what's Rishi up to? I could click his calendar and all of his stuff would appear. So that's useful. And the last thing I want to show you, let's say that you are deciding you have tons of events coming up for your club. What did I say earlier? The Sparkling Water Appreciation Club. And you want to make sure that you aren't dropping the ball in terms of your club. Maybe you're going to make an entire calendar layer for your club. So you would do that over here by saying add other calendars, create new calendar, Fizzy Water Club. Typing's hard when I'm screencasting. I get all nervous. Okay, so I got my new calendar layer called the Fizzy Water Club. And this is a way, do you hear that meowing? This cat literally just breaks into my house like 2 to 3 times a day. So pardon the meowing. It's not me, it's a cat. So I've added this new layer to my calendar. And then if I wanted to add events with my club, maybe the Fizzy Water Club is having its first meeting. Cool. I'm going to add that. And then down here, I'm going to make sure it's linked to that calendar. Boom. And because I didn't put a specific time, it looks like this. If I had put first meeting at 4 p.m., it would have looked more like that with the color just on the far left. But I'm okay with it like this. That works for my purposes. If later I become overwhelmed by all the Fizzy Water Club events and reminders, I'm just going to hide it. I'm not losing access. Again, it's just a way to make it more manageable for me. Google Calendar is something I am going to ask you to try out wholeheartedly. So for a while, I'm going to ask you to be using and updating your Google Calendar. If after a while you're like, this is legitimately not working for me, I need some kind of other calendar or other kind of planner, totally cool. I do want you to give it a try. I think it's something that our world is becoming more and more stoked on. So I know a lot of my friends who work totally outside of education, they work at startups or they work in tech or they work whatever, like they have some kind of job that people use calendars for. A lot of places rely on Google Calendar. It's a great way to organize information and quickly share information with other people. So I really think even if it's not like your forever tool, like you're not going to use it for the rest of your life, you still very much should know how to navigate it. All right, that's my video. I'm going to go kick this cat out.